It's Margarita, and today we are taking it back to one of my favorite fragrance houses, Krigler, with Subtle Orchid 10. Now, you know your girl had to get one of the gourmands in on her list of Krigler reviews. And yes, vanilla and orchid are two of my favorite notes. I've got a sample here that I've tested. I've been wearing this all day. And I have to tell you, it is true to name. The orchid is definitely, it's a subtle fragrance. This is not one that jumps off the skin and screams. The only 4 notes that are listed by the brand are vanilla, orchid, orange, and white flowers. Now, we all know Krigler only releases a few of the notes that it actually uses. This is way more than 4 notes, and I promise you, my nose is picking up patchouli. This, to me, is not as dark as Black Orchid by Tom Ford, but it's very similar. If you like Tom Ford's Black Orchid, but you think it's a bit too dark, too gritty, too earthy, Krigler's Subtle Orchid 10 would be the best answer for you. I would say this is a more feminine version of that. The patchouli is definitely dominant, and I don't know for sure if it's in there, but this is what I'm smelling. I'm smelling something patchouli-like. And the floral essence, the vanilla is there. So it is definitely a gourmand. It's not a super sweet gourmand. It's a bitter gourmand. It actually reminds me a little bit of Kayali's 64, the sugar patchouli 64. If you like that and you think that one is too strong or too bold, this would be the one. So Tom Ford Black Orchid is like the strongest version, followed by Kayali's 64, the sugar patchouli vanilla royale. And then the lighter, more elegant, more feminine, maybe even office-friendly version would be this. Yeah, I love my samples I get at the Krigler store. They treat me so well there. This was actually developed in 1910 because it has a 10 by it. And it's crazy how a lot of quote-unquote older or vintage fragrances are brought back around and to be so relevant today. A lot of vintage fragrances smell old and vintage. Krigler has a way of making vintage fragrances smell relevant. I'm not sure if they did a reformulation or what. It may be the original recipe, but it's really nice. I do not think that I would get a full bottle of this only because I do have the Kayali one and it's a bit bold for me, so I don't see myself needing 2. I may even layer that with something, maybe a citrus to tone it down some. But I do think that the patchouli note is a bit bold for me and I'm not too much of a fan of it, so I do have to tone it down. If you like a nice floral, powdery, vanilla-y patchouli though, Krigler Subtle Orchid 10 is for you. A man in a professional setting would really pull this off, or a woman in an elegant, like after 5 setting, this would be great for. Those are the 2 best scenarios I can think of to recommend for this fragrance. But let me know in the comments if you've tried the Subtle Orchid 10 by Krigler, or if there are any other Krigler offerings that you are interested in, that you have tried or you would like reviewed on this channel. Also, like, comment, subscribe, and share these videos so that the world can know about our love of fragrances. And another thing, you can sample my entire fragrance collection on my website, whistlenotes.com, including my Kriglers. And until next time, I am Margarita, and you have an awesome day. Bye.